Duit, agus Sláinte, Macardja. Happy St. Patrick's Day from the island of Ireland. Thank you very much for letting me know that my sound quality was absolutely atrocious. So you might notice a sound improvement, but from here in Ireland, happy St. Patrick's Day. Stay positive, be merry, and love each other. And thank you very much. So let's get into this St. Patrick. So a wee bit of background here. I will be going into much more detail on the background of Irish culture and the beginning of really the past. So as you can see here, St. Patrick is one of the world's most popular saints. He was born in Roman Britain, and when he was 14 or so, he was captured by Irish pirates during a raiding party, and was actually taken to Ireland, of the land of Druids. And I will be going into way more detail, but just to keep it simple, I just want to wish everybody good, positive vibes. I want to give good vibes because there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world with just everything in panic, and fear not. Fear is, I think, more dangerous, to be honest, but let's stay on topic here. But I really genuinely thank the people that were honest about the sound quality. If there is any sound improvements that you think that I might need, please do not hesitate to inform me, because it's just going to help me. And because before I listened to it and it sounded fine on my device, and then played it on the computer and it sounded like pure shit. So it's good to read comments, because you get to know these things instead of actually learning what the hell, why are people. But no, let's stay on topic. I don't want to go into much, but I really hope that the sound quality has improved. But as you can see here, Patrick arrived in Slane, and this is a very important, significant location in Ireland. Patrick arrived 25th of March and 433 AD, and this is why you would see in Ireland. I'm going to show you here. I will be getting into more detail. There is a guy, a very nice guy, who I did inform that I'll be making way more videos, because a lot of people quite like this, especially with the Khabib history. But a lot of people were asking me to go into Irish history. But from the Hill of Slane here, this is where St. Patrick converted Ireland. Ireland was the land of Druids and mysticism and a lot of dark arts, but also good arts. And right down here, that is Ireland. And we're going to go to Slane. Right here, Slane Castle. Well, it is a former castle, and this is how close it is to Newgrange. And as you know, Newgrange is a very significant, prominent landmark in Ireland. But we'll go back to Slane here. So Slane Castle, and apologies, I'm just going to have a little drink of water. I'm only joking. Happy St. Patrick's Day. A lot of people think that this is another little fact about Ireland. A lot of people think that you are not allowed to drink alcohol on this holy day. That is actually wrong. The first church actually lifted the alcohol restrictions on St. Patrick's Day, so everyone in Ireland was allowed to drink alcohol with no limitations or anything. So this is why the culture of alcohol still continues to this day through the celebration. So it is a way of celebrating and being a bit relaxed. But you might ask, what am I drinking? What am I drinking? Beautiful mead, honey, mead made from beautiful little bees. So thank you, bees. So mead is beautiful, is a huge drink within Irish culture, but I'm going to try and stay on topic here. But that is Slane Castle here, these ruins. But as I showed, I'll go back to Google Maps, but so I just want to keep this simple. I will be uploading a video, honestly, hours and hours and hours of content on real interesting history. So St. Patrick here, excuse me. So it says that St. Patrick lit, so in the 7th century, St. Patrick lit a Paschal fire. See this? A Paschal fire on the hilltop in 433 AD in defiance of the High King Laoire. See this name here? That's High King Laoire. That's actually how you pronounce that, Laoire. So King Laoire was, and the Paschal Fire is a very interesting thing. This is probably one of the most fascinating things I've discovered. So I want to keep it simple, but I will be going into way more detail. But St. Patrick, so let's go back to the main maps here with Sling Hill. So if you can see Sling Hill here, that is where St. Patrick had lit the fire. He had lit the fire on Sling Hill, and the reason why is a very significant reason and very important reason why on Sling Hill. We go back here. I will be getting into way more detail, as I say, but so St. Patrick lit the Paschal Fire in defiance of King Laoire, who forbid any other fires while the festival was burning on the hill of Tara. Now this is the most important landmark easy within the High Kingship of Ireland, and what we're going to do now is go back to Slane. Back to Slane. We're going to move southwest. Right here. The Hill of Tara. Here's the Hill of Tara, and as you can see, it is the infinity, like a number 8. And that is the Hill of Tara where the High Kings and King Laoire at the time of 433 AD was the ruler of Ireland, but stories and historical documents say that to be a High King of Ireland, there's many different things that have to come into play to be a High King. And while King Laoire was lighting his fire on this day, now you're probably wondering why was King Laoire lighting a fire on the Hill of Tara. Well, that's also very, very interesting. As you can see here, the Hill of Slane. So the Hill of Slane, again back here, the Hill of Slane. The Hill of Slane can be seen. The Hill of Slane can be seen from the Hill of Tara, about 16 kilometers away, which is 9.9 miles. According to Muirchu, Laoire was so impressed by St. Patrick's devotion. So Laoire was he was absolutely shocked that this guy, because it was forbidden to light any fires. And what I'm going to show you here is something very interesting. We're going to get down at a particular angle. We're actually going to look at this. So as you can see, how high that's raised. That is extraordinary. So Saint Patrick had weighed in with this insane fire that was so large that it could be seen. This is why this is such an important location in Ireland, because you can see it from so far away, and that is 16 kilometers. And what we're going to do now is why the date was so important, why the lighting of a Pascal Fire. What a Pascal Fire is an an ecclesiastical full moon. So what we're going to do here is go to an ecclesiastical full moon, and this is going to need at least 60 minutes of trying to discuss exactly the meaning behind a Pascal full moon. And this is so interesting, real interesting. So as I say, I want to make this quick and a clean Tony Ferguson slice and elbow information here. So a Pascal full moon is a 19 civil calendar years are divided into 200, now stay with me, are divided into 235 lunar months of 30 and 29 each days, or days each, so called an ecclesiastical moon. So an ecclesiastical moon, to put it simple, is 19 years, 19 calendar years in our so what we're going to do is, so we'll go back to ecclesiastical moon, which is 35 lunar months. So 235 months is coming up as 19.534 calendar years. So the accuracy, I need to get this clear, this is so complex. The calculations to determine the date of a Pascal moon are somewhat complex. Now, that's an understatement. For you to be able to calculate 19 years under 35 lunar months, and for you to actually be exactly on that date, is astonishing. So you need to think of it as this guy Laoire, King Laoire, who forbidden any fires to be lit. This fire was so huge that it impressed, and not only impressed King Laoire, that King Laoire tried to kill him. He tried to murder him, and as you can see here, with the most prominent claiming he met the chieftain of one of the Druid tribes who tried to kill him. So it does go into philosophical reasons, but this is an extraordinary feat of technology when you really look at it. Whatever technology they were using of the time must have been, I don't know what, but for me to actually work this out, exactly what an ecclesiastical moon means, but what they say is that the stones of Newgrange, what we're going to do is move back. Apologies. I want to move back and look at Newgrange. Apologies. So this is Newgrange. Here is something that is very fascinating, that the rocks, all this white is quartz. Around this is exactly half the number of 235. So it's an absolute amazing. It's got nearly that. This image here of Newgrange was not only targeting the sun but targeting the moon, the ecclesiastical moon phases, and this is where Easter, the origins of Easter, comes from. I will go into much more details, but I don't want to make it too complex. It's about equinox cycles, and it is quite complex but very, very interesting. And this is another interesting thing, that because we're talking about St. Patrick, Nigeria, Kamara Usman. This is not Kamara Usman, but the patron saint of Nigeria is Saint Patrick, and that's why in the Nigerian flag you have green, white, and green, and it's to symbolize the shamrock. The reason why the shamrock is why is such an important symbol is that it is the symbol of the Holy Trinity. So this is one plant, yeah, this is one plant, but it's also three. So God is the stem and the Holy Spirit. So when people say God is three, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God is three, but He's also one, and this is an illustration of when St. Patrick was communicating with the people. But there's also a very interesting reasoning behind the three, because St. Patrick was woke. St. Patrick was aware, because the Tuatha Na Danann, which are the ancient tribes of Ireland, well, there's more to discuss within that, the history of Ireland. There's more than that, but St. Patrick knew that there was also three kings of Ireland, the three original, the Caesar, or Caesar. She was Noah's niece, and she arrived in Ireland before the flood. And this is in Irish folklore, and it's very interesting, extremely interesting to me. And I'm just using Wikipedia to show that I'm not being biased, that I'm not showing you, and I don't claim that I know everything here. I'm just giving you a quick, brief information why St. Patrick is such a huge figure within Ireland, because without this moment, we would not be, we definitely wouldn't be in the condition we are now. I can't say that St. Patrick done everything perfect, but we had a lot of problems here in Ireland. We still have a lot of problems, but our kingdoms were slaughtering each other. We were slaughtering each other, and St. Patrick came over and converted people from not sacrificing. When you really look into it, we people sacrificed people animals, all sorts of living creatures for better crops, and we've done stuff like that. Now, this is where the philosophical, this is the sacrifice of on the cross. That if you look at Newgrange, inside Newgrange, it is a crucifix, and I do believe that this cross section within Newgrange is some sort of prediction, just the way you would predict a fight. The sun enters through this chamber, and it lights up the cross, and I do think it was some sort of amazing prediction, and that's what happened. But it is very interesting, and all this ancient kings of Ireland, I love all that. I think it was a terrible thing that I was not educated this in school. I was not told about. We were just told, yeah, St. Patrick came, chased the snakes away, and then everybody was happy. Nope. That's not what happened. There was still trauma, and lots of bad things happened. So it wasn't like St. Patrick was like the Dana White of Ireland. He came in and started matchmaking and fixed everything. Nope. But I'm just looking at that. So there is much more I'm going to go into. As I say, Nigeria, Kamaru Usman. I hope that Kamaru Usman fans or anyone out there that isn't aware that your patron saint is actually the same as Ireland. So peace be with you, brothers and sisters. You've got the Irish flag here and the Nigerian flag, and these flags are actually together in the Dublin High Court, I think. They're next to each other. But yes, I will be getting into way more detail, but I'm going to visit family, friends. Same with you, visit friends, family, loved ones, and don't worry, this Tony Ferguson fight is definitely happening, but I will be getting into more on the Hill of Tara, Newgrange, the ancient kings, especially the Tuna and the Dan here. Can you see that? The Tuna and the Dan, they were the Gaels that arrived from Ireland, and in Slane Castle, just before I go, Slane Castle. So you've got these all together. So back to Slane, there is a well, a water well, that is I think it's here. That's Slane Castle. There is a water well that is meant to cure any disease. So I wonder, is coronavirus curable here? So what was the other thing? I was meant to say something. What is it? Damn. It was that water well, but okay, I think I know what it is. Yes, I want to show Slane Castle here, and so this is Slane. And by the way, sorry, Slane Castle. The reason why it's called Slane is uh, King Slane, Slane MacDalla. This guy here, King Slane MacDalla. He was the ruler of the Fire Belogs, and fire means man, and belog means belly, or bag. It's an old word, but and the reason why they're called that is they were called the bagmen because they carried bags of earth, but also the belly men. There is also depictions of them being of having very large bellies. And then you have the Farmorians, which means large men, and they're the giants. They're the giants. That's where everything gets more interesting, because you start to think giants, yeah, defined giant sloths, giant centipedes, giant moths and bees, giant everything, and but there is no giants, and they say about us, you know. But it would explain why the weight of Newgrange is estimated at 200,000 tons. I really do not understand how 200,000 tons of rock can be transported without giant equipment of some sort and giants helping. You try and tell me that just common farmers constructed this, and as I say, this is covered in quartz, which is a fantastic tool for communication. And look, this video is running over 30 minutes, and I really didn't want to do that, so I will be making much longer videos. So thank you very much, everybody, and stay safe and be well. Thank you very much, and much love. Slán go fóill. Bye for now. Peace.